I became a top 100 eBay seller in under 2 years, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how I did it and my thoughts on what I believe got me to that point compared to other sellers. And when I say top 100, I mean top 100 in the collectible card category, not overall, because there's obviously much bigger categories and bigger sellers than me. And just to prove it, I did have that confirmed with an eBay representative last year when I was working on their advertising program. And they showed me a Excel file that had the ranking of my store. And I was in the top 100. I believe it was higher up on that 100. I think it was 98 or 90 in the 90s. But I think that's pretty great considering I was selling really cheap cards at the time in that $2 to $5 range. And then there's other sellers, of course, selling $100+ cards. So for me to be in the top 100 in sales on cheaper cards, I think it's really big because for me to sell $100 worth of product in $2 to $5 cards is 20 to 50 orders, whereas someone could just sell a $100 card once and that's the same dollar amount. So it's pretty big, and there are a few things that I did differently that I think got me to that level that a lot of people don't really talk about, or it's not as flashy to talk about and it's pretty boring, but I think it's very important. And the first thing is just being consistent. And this doesn't mean listing every single day or buying collections every single day, but more so having the consistent mindset of not letting things affect your mood and then changing how you go from there. Because there are many things that have happened throughout my eBay store journey that could have easily blown me off and made me stop doing it altogether or go a completely different route. But by being consistent and staying the path, I was able to get to that level and stay at that level as well. And my store keeps growing by doing this. And I guess the main thing I want to say about being consistent is when a sale goes wrong or someone tries to take advantage of you or scam you on eBay, you might take that and be bothered by it, or an item gets lost in the mail. Many things can go wrong. And you could take that and be like, oh, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to give up on it all altogether. But if you just see it in the bigger picture and see, like, oh, that's just one package, but I've shipped hundreds of packages and only one of them got lost, it's not horrible. Even though it could be a $20 loss, it's still not big enough for you to be upset about and then change any routine or process that you're doing. And the other thing is being consistent with your processes, because the more you do the same thing over and over, the quicker you become and the easier it becomes for you. For my orders, I do the same shipping process every single day. I don't skip a day. I don't do things differently or try to change anything, because I know that that will only slow things down and it will make things a lot harder to get used to rather than just doing the same thing. Now, obviously, there are ways to be aware of what you're doing and find ways to improve it, but just doing everything the same way every single day makes things a lot quicker. So, for example, for me, at night before I go to sleep, 2 to 3 hours before I go to sleep, I will start pulling the cards out that I've sold for the day. And I do that all at once because getting in the process of packing orders is a mental thing for me. I need to be doing it all at once rather than doing a little bit here and then a few hours later do the rest. And I just like getting it all done at once. So I do that, and then I package my orders so then I could ship them out the next morning. And by setting aside that time every single day for the last 2 to 3 hours of each day to do the orders, it makes it a lot easier to mentally be aware of that. And when, like, 10 o'clock comes around, I get into that mindset of I need to start doing my eBay orders so that I can get everything done on time. And it just helps you spread out your day and be more mindful of what you're doing throughout the day by having these set time blocks for certain processes. And even for listing cards, I do that on Sunday. Every single Sunday, I list all the cards I've gotten throughout the week so that it's a quicker listing process by doing it all at once rather than listing 100 cards on Friday, 50 cards on Wednesday. It's easier for me to just do it all at once. And it's also a lot quicker using those bulk edit tools on eBay, using TCG Automate. That's my tool. check that out if you're selling on eBay. It has Magic, One Piece, and Pokemon, English and Japanese. But just doing things in big batches is a lot quicker overall than doing it a little bit at a time. And the last thing of consistency that is very important is being consistent on when you're buying stuff, regardless of how the market is, because it was very easy for people to go in. Cards were double market price a few months ago. Everyone was buying collections, paying 80+% on collections. And then recent market prices have dropped a lot, and everyone's scared to buy collections. They don't want to go in and make that investment because they're worried that the cards are just going to drop even more. They think the market's going to crash even more. All these negative things. And that's just going to lead to that bigger gap from the small sellers to the big sellers, because small sellers, when they stop buying, there's no room to grow. You can't grow your store if you're not getting more inventory in. But the big sellers, they have thousands and thousands of cards to sell. So even if they didn't buy stuff, they could wait it off, do whatever, and it won't affect them. But as a small seller, you need to be always buying collections and always buying cards, regardless of what the market is doing. Right now, I've been buying up collections. Mainly last month, I was focusing on buying prismatic ETBs because I just thought they were so undervalued. At I believe it was $100 when I bought them, and I was paying 90 to $95 per box. So that's what I was focusing on last month. But this month, I'm just going to be buying up as many cards as I can, because once September, or like not just September, but once that holiday season comes around in the 30th anniversary too, I think cards are going to go up significantly. So I just want to prepare for that and buy as much inventory as I can. Just being consistent with sourcing inventory and always having more inventory to sell is crucial to growing your store. And I think it is the number one thing that got me to being top 100, because being top 100 means you get a lot of sales. And to get a lot of sales, you have to have a lot of inventory. It all works together. And then another thing that I'll talk about past consistency, another topic is customer service and quality of your business. There's so many stores and businesses that just handle business poorly, I think, in my opinion. And it really shows on their ratings, their sales, the way that they list cards and all of that stuff. You can tell a good store from a bad one. There are many times when, especially on TCG Player, I haven't really bought inventory from eBay a lot because I don't know, it's just been hard to find good deals on there. Unless it's like you're catching a lag in price and you're just buying something that went up. But mainly on TCG Player, you'll see these people shipping cards poorly. They ship it a week after you bought the card, or they'll put no top loader, no rigid object to keep the card from bending, all that stuff. They'll just ignore it. They won't even put it on the thing in their package. And when you reach out to them saying there was an issue, they don't respond, or they're rude about it, and they don't give you a refund if a package was missing and you have proof of it. And so these things differentiate the good sellers from the bad. And in the long run, it really shows, because one big thing on eBay is repeat buyers. And I've noticed that the majority of my large sales, and I'm talking 10 plus cards at a time, $100 plus per order, is from repeat buyers. And what that means is someone that bought from your store and then they bought again. So they made 2+ orders from your store. And I'm just looking at the numbers here. I've had 6,270 total buyers this year on my eBay store. And of those 6,200, 963 of them were repeat buyers. So that means 15% of all of my orders are from people that have bought from me before and then they come back and buy again. And that's 15%. That's 963 people that don't have to take a risk buying from me. I don't have to promote anymore to get their sales because they've already bought from me before. So they're most likely just going onto my store, searching from there. So that saves me on promotion fees. And it's also just like those buyers are really good to have because they're a lot more understanding if something were to go wrong, or if there's an issue. And I'm not saying that's common, but it's just like, let's say a package was lost or a card came in and they weren't happy with the condition, but 9 out of 10 times of their other orders, they were very happy with the condition. They are more willing to work with you on things, and they just overall buy more stuff from you because I don't know how it is for you all, but for me, when I'm buying stuff from someone, I'm always skeptical of it because I don't know if they're going to be a scammer or they're not going to ship their cards or any issues like that, or their conditions might be way inaccurate and then have to deal with a return or opening a case. But when someone buys from you and then they understand that you are very accurate with what you sell, you handle things properly, you ship within a day, you package stuff safely so it doesn't get damaged, all these good things, they'll then get that order, come back, buy a bigger order, fill out their master sets with your cards. Even if you're charging a higher price, they will be willing to buy those cards from you because they know that their transaction will go smoothly. They'll get exactly what they paid for in the condition as described, packaged properly, shipped fast, all those good things. And that comes from you being a proper seller and then being consistent as well with what you do. Don't ship one package weird and then ship another package properly. Do everything the same way. Every buyer sees you in the same way because you never know. Someone might buy a single card from you that's worth $2 just to see how you ship things. And then once that comes in, they'll buy 40 cards from you because they know that you will do it properly and you'll ship things properly. But if on that $2 card you shipped it without a top loader or took 5 days to ship it out, they probably won't come back to your store and buy from you. They'll probably look for someone else. So the audio cut out, and I was talking for like 6 extra minutes, and it cut out. So basically, what I was saying was, and I'm charging it like this so it doesn't die. I was saying that repeat buyers are very important because they buy larger quantities from your store, and they're more willing to work on things when issues come up. But comment down below if you want a part two on this. I was talking about more topics towards the end and figured I'd just make a part two if people are interested. So comment that down below. Also, if you sell on eBay, check out TCG Automate. It has Magic the Gathering, One Piece, Pokemon, and it just makes things so much quicker to list cards. And I'm always building new features. So even if you're not interested in signing up right now, check out the Discord. The link is on the homepage of tcgautomate.com. And I just announced all the new things that I'm working on. You get to talk with people that are users, see what their experience has been. So you check it out if you're interested, and then comment down below if you're interested in a part two. Hope you guys found this helpful, and I'll see you all in the next one.